Hi, good morning, afternoon, sorry. I haven't done one of these for quite a while. So today we're doing an investor matching session with Amadeus and 5 of the startups in this instance we actually have in our portfolio, either at Eoniq.fund or previous to Eoniq.fund. Just waiting for Marta to connect here in the back studio. Just to explain very quickly what we do. So these are investor matching sessions that we do every couple of weeks. We tend to do it with 4 startups we have in portfolio and 1 sort of wild card that comes from the advanced stages of analysis of our deal flow. We do this as Eoniq.fund. We're an early stage fund focused on Spanish-based founders. We often get people asking about this. What we mean is that the founding team's based in Spain. The company can be based anywhere. And the reason we do that is that we're very focused on adding value, and we find it easier to add value when we're able to meet founders naturally. So when we're going to an event or when we're going to some kind of a business meeting, we can take advantage and meet the founders at the same time. So I can see here that Marta's just connected, so I'm going to add her to the feed now. Hi, Marta.
Hi, good morning. Hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. We're okay, live already. So I was just explaining very quickly the sessions that we do and what we're here for. If you'd like to sort of explain to people, because they're bored of hearing about what we do at the Eoniq.fund. So if you'd like to sort of take the floor and explain what you do at Amadeus and anything that you'd like to comment. And then what I'll do is we'll start off with the startups when you've finished.
Great, sure. Not happy to do that. So Marta Pinho here, investment manager in Amadeus Ventures. For the ones that don't know, Amadeus Ventures is a startup investment program of Amadeus, the travel tech company. So we do minority investments in early stage tech-based startups that have solutions with potential applications to the travel industry. And this is because we position ourselves as a strategic investor. So through the Amadeus Ventures program, we actually have 2 big objectives. So the first one is the first investment path is what we call ecosystem. So we look for companies that have interesting solutions that can somehow complement what we have at Amadeus. So, and if we're talking about solutions in key areas, that would be an interesting space for us to invest, to support the collaboration opportunity with the BU. And so for the investment opportunities in this space, we work very closely with our business units. So we have regular touch points with them to understand what are their priorities and how ventures can play a role, in which areas would be interesting to have to support the collaboration opportunity with the ventures investment. And just to make it clear, when I mention about Amadeus business units and who are we interacting with, I'm talking about the travel agencies team, hotels, airports, airlines. So if you think of the existing customer base of Amadeus, that's a bit how it's structured, and so trying to understand what are the needs and priorities of those teams, and find interesting startups with interesting investment opportunities that can be a good match. So this is the first one, and then the second one is what we call growth. So maybe not that close to what we are doing currently with our business units, the existing solutions of Amadeus, but try to identify the next growth opportunity for Amadeus and start with an investment in that space. So not that close to the core eventually, or not that focused on solution and collaboration opportunities, but another one of the objectives that we have with the ventures program. So in terms of maybe stage, I think it might be helpful to share. We focus in Series A. That's our sweet spot. It's important for us that the startups that we invest already have a product, paying customers. This is because if we're looking at them as potential partners on top of a portfolio company, they need be at this stage for us to be able to work with them, no, to consider some collaboration opportunities. And I think I tried to be brief, Tom, but I think that's pretty much it.
That's brilliant. You actually quite recently did an investment in one of our historic portfolio in Echo Car, just as an example of something that's sort of ancillary to the services. So that's great. Well, with that, because people are here to meet you and meet the startups and not to listen to what I'm doing. So Ricard, who's in the back, Ricard, if you could just add your screen, and then I'll add you and your screen at the same time. Ricard's the CEO of Cafler. This is one of our historic portfolio as well. I hope that you'll like it. Here it is. Here's the screen. I'm going to disappear off, and I'll come back in 4 minutes' time, and then it's question time. Okay, it's all yours, Ricard.
That's great. Thanks, Tom. Well, my name is Ricard, and I'm one of the founders of Cafler. Cafler is the first on-demand service platform for anything that the vehicle user needs at home. And right now, we're getting into new categories like insurance, renting, and our idea is to build a one-click-away platform for anything that vehicle users needs. And why are we founding this company? So basically what we came to acknowledge was that the vehicle industry is totally stuck in the past. It's very time consuming, it's very expensive, it's an inconvenient from the user perspective, and it's a very sneaky and fragmented industry. And moreover, it's a super offline industry. So we saw that, well, I'm pretty young and I was born into a society where I have one-click away solutions for everything, if I compare myself to previous generations. And I came to acknowledge that vehicles was not one of those scenarios. So my parents used to go to a Blockbuster to rent a movie on their Fridays afternoon, and today I have Netflix and I have 1,000 movies. And like my parents used to go to a garage shop, and I would still go to that same garage shop. So it's kind of it's an industry that has not really progressed in terms of user convenience for a long time. And the market opportunity and the economical opportunity is huge. So there are more than 1.4 billion users worldwide. It's the second largest household spend, close to the 12%. And there's more than $7 trillion in headroom to grow in our core segments. So we really thought that it was kind of an interesting market. And not only this, but from a tailwinds perspective, this industry is an industry that, as you all know, it's having a quite revolution. We're seeing all-time low customer satisfaction. People are betting for convenience services. Car ownership trends are changing massively. So we thought that it came to the perfect scenario because it was a very clear pay point, which is being a vehicle user, a massive market opportunity, and a lot of tailwinds for a revolution. And that's when we decided to came up with this idea of creating this integrated platform for anything that a vehicle user needs. We decided to start very focused on on-demand services. The main idea was we will provide a professional driver that will go to your house or your office, pick up your car, do whatever service you need, change your tires, wash it, do the inspection test, whatever, and then deliver your car back. And now we're seeing that we can get into new categories like insurance, like parking, like renting, and we're really scaling this platform. So about the business model, which is, I think, is quite interesting. We have two different client segments. We work with end users, like any of you on the presentation, but we also work with companies. We work with, which is our B2B model. We work with companies like Renault, like Six, like Midas. These type of companies offer this service to their end user and rather hire us than doing it by their own means, all of these logistics services. And here, I mean, the thing is we work with car dealerships, with rentings, with insurance companies, etc. And the way we capture the opportunity from a monetization perspective is we have multiple revenue streams. So the first revenue stream is what we charge for the logistics. So the chauffeur taking the car from point A to point B during a service, that will be our first revenue stream. We have a second revenue stream, which is all the marketplace fees. So if we change somebody's cars, like the tires, into a certain dealership, we're charging a commission on the overall repair to that dealership. And the third revenue stream, and the one I'm most excited about, is all the data monetization. So we capture a lot of on-site data about the vehicle, and this data is super valuable for insurance groups, renting companies, etc. So we're in the process of monetizing that data. Very positive unit economics. I think I don't have time to cover that, neither the City Playbook, but really, really profitable business. Really low competition in the sense of a lot of local pop and mom competition, but not yet a real global player. So that's quite interesting. And in terms of the traction we've achieved so far, we've been on the market now for 15 months. We've conducted, this deck is not totally up to date, we've conducted now over 100,000 services. We are over 1 million net revenue run rate. We are operating in 3 countries, Spain, United Kingdom, and France. We've reached profitability in multiple cities, and we're having growth of over 50% month on month. And right now we're in the middle of an acquisition. We're acquiring a legacy player that is actually bigger than us. And after the acquisition, we will probably be sitting at 6 million net revenue run rate. So it's quite exciting where we are sitting right now. I think that the core thing was to validate the business model and that the product makes sense. So it's quite interesting in this regard. Our idea in terms of vision is we want to empower the bagel industry and users, are making the life easier to live through a platform. And I think that the real point here is we would like to change the consumer paradigm of the industry today. So today you are a bagel user, you have your car, and there are a lot of things around that you have to do offline. The idea would be to provide this one-click away platform and to occupy the headspace of the user into becoming their first call on everything they need as bagel users. So it's kind of really changing that consumer paradigm, and it's what we're working towards. And just to wrap up, in terms of fundraising, we have raised already 10 million so far. The last round, which is the one we're still completing, we're raising 3 million round as a pre-series A. 2.5 million are already committed and in fact invested, and we're looking for a small allocation of 500,000 to complete the round. So that's where we're sitting right now, and we're really excited to be building this platform that we really think that they can disrupt an entire industry, and that's what we're working towards. I think I'm gonna stop sharing the screen now.
Yeah. Thank you, Ricardo. I didn't want to cut you off, but I'll give you guys another 4 minutes for questions. Just one comment, because it's worth mentioning, just because of Ricardo, when we first invested in the company, he had just turned 17. It's the only cap table that I've ever been on where the CEO founder was with 0 because he wasn't yet able to be on the Escritura. So anyway, congratulations for that one. I'll leave you guys for 4 minutes for the questions. I'll disappear off. I'll be back.
I was already impressed by the traction you guys achieved in such a short period of time. So that extra information that Tom just shared, that just makes it more impressive. Ricardo, thanks for sharing. A few questions here. On the B2B, how does it work? Is it a white label app or something you're providing to this players? Can you detail a bit more on that?
Yeah, sure. So basically the B2B are those type of companies who they are already offering this service. So imagine you're a BMW dealership user. So the dealership would offer you, hey Marta, we will come to your house, pick up your car, and take it there. And the thing is that through your usual appointment platform, maybe it's the BMW appointment thing or whatever it is, you'll have the pickup and delivery option, and this is integrated to our systems through an API or a dashboard. So it's your usual booking flow integrated with our platform. So it's kind of mixed between white label and non so white label, because at the end of the day, the driver that gets to your house is a Cafler labeled driver, and the tracking of the service is done through our app. So it's an hybrid between white label and not so white label. And I think that the B2B is a very scalable model, because once you close a big account like BMW, it allows us to scale into any major city they are operating. So it's very efficient in terms of capital.
And can you share, because you mentioned the B2B and B2C, what's the weight as of today? And what do you expect it to be in the future?
So the majority of the revenues today, I would say 90% of the revenues today come from the B2B, because, and this was an intentional decision, because as I was saying, it's way more efficient in terms of capital. So what we decided was to gain scale through the B2B and then move towards the B2C. And now we're into this process that now that all our core cities are profitable, we're starting to move towards the B2C to make it more efficient. So the end vision is more B2C than B2B. And in the following 2 to 3 years, we'll start moving this blended from 90% B2B to probably 90% B2C. So this is the challenge for us now, and to make it profitable also on the end user side. So it's one of our core challenges right now.
Okay. And regarding the data, one of the future revenue streams,
Yeah.
I think, the data monetization. And I don't know if you mentioned this today or if I saw in the deck that I received about the personalization. So
Yeah.
what exactly, what data are you gathering and how are you personalizing, and that what data are you monetizing? And if you have kind of the necessary consents and stuff to start doing that.
Sure. So the first and most easy one, it's on the legal side. Yeah, like we've looked very detailed into it, and we have all the consent. It's like really it's something we've carefully looked at, especially with all the regulations going on. In terms of business model, one thing worth mentioning is that today 5% of our revenues are coming from the data revenue stream.
Okay.
So it's not an idea; it's something that's already happening, and now we're really leveraging that revenue stream. So here are things like, for example, if you're an insurance group, and you'd have to send someone to make a real audit of a car. That would cost you $100 or $150. When we pick up a car, we take photos and videos to validate that during our presence, no damage were made. So this type of data is very useful for insurance companies. Or to put another example, if I pick up your car, like Marta's car, to do a washing service, but one of the data points we take is the depth of the tires. Through that data point, we're capable of anticipating in how many days specifically you will need to change your tires. So we can predict in 3 weeks, 4 days, Marta will need a change of her tires. So we can send a proposal that, hey, we're going to pick up your car, put these new Michelin tires, just one click. So selling this data to an OEM like Michelin, it's one of the things we're working towards. And this is on hand with all the personalization thing. We're developing what we call Cafler Smart, which is the brain of our systems. That the thing is that we're going to leverage this data backbone to offer the user this level of personalization. The idea is that the user has never got to enter to the application, because in a proactive manner, Cafler Smart will suggest you all these type of things. We're connected to the weather. We know if it's rain and your car is parked in the street, we're going to suggest, hey, you want a washing service. So all these type of things that our data is quite in a unique position to deliver.
Okay, so that personalization piece is part of the roadmap, right? That's what I understand.
Yeah, it's already happening. Yeah, so right now we're on a beta with partnership with Azure, what they call cognitive services, the personalization side, and we're already training some reinforcement machine learning algorithms that are helping us into all of these Cafler Smart things. So it's a long-term project. We are on the beta right now, but I'm really optimistic that by later this year we will have something that will be really scalable on this regard. So let's see how that works out.
Cool. Are we out of time, Tom?
Yeah. Tom, I think you're muted.
Yes.
Yeah, Tom, I think you're muted. You're muted. We can't hear you.
I'm muted. Now I'm
Okay, yeah.
muted. Thank you for letting me know. No, I try to be quite strict on the timing,
Sure.
so that particularly people that come in and see the recording later can sort of know more or less when one starts and the next finishes. So thanks a lot, Ricard.
Thanks, Marta.
I will take you off and bring Emilio from Velca on. Here he is. Emilio, if you could start sharing your screen, please.
Okay. Hello, Marta. Nice to meet you again. I think that we were together in Malaga last year.
True.
I'm going to do something different today.
Okay.
So far, my English, I consider that is not very high quality. I prepared a video pitch. It's just 3 minutes and a half.
Okay.
So I'm going to put the video that is very visual, and in the end, we are hardware.
No worries.
And after that, we will have 1 minute to explain how is the investment round structure.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm going to screen.
Just a reminder to the others, as I said earlier, if you could start sharing your screen beforehand, then I can add it in straight away and we don't have to. There you go. Here we go. Emilio. I'll then disappear off and I'll be back in 4 minutes. We can't yet.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you can. Okay. All right. I'll be back in 4 minutes. Bye-bye.
Okay. Okay, Marta. And now, so I'm gonna try to explain in just 1 minute how is structured the round. We are now looking for 3 millions. We have completed already 2.5 millions. The round have 2 goals. The first goal is capture the 10% of the share market in Spain and Portugal. We are very close to achieve that. We are right now in 6%. And by the other hand, we have 1.5 million budget to develop our new motorcycle with our new IP and industrialize the production to cover all the chain value of the brand. So, in conclusion, 2 goals: 10% of the share market by 2025 in Spain and Portugal, and activate a new expansion in France. And for 2025, have developed totally our new electric motorcycle with all the insights that we have for our heavy users, and industrialize and have the complete control of the whole chain value in Velca.
Okay. More or less on time. None of us heard the sound. I don't know if there was sound on the video. I'm assuming there wasn't. But anyway, I'll leave you 5 minutes for questions. I'll be in the background, so if they finish earlier, then I'll jump on. Okay, I'll be back in 5.
Okay.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Emilio. No, I think I didn't hear the sound as well, but you had the subtitle, so that was more than enough to get the message. So one question here. You mentioned, I think in the deck or in the video, you had the distribution points, no, in Portugal and Spain, or the points of sale that you have currently.
Yeah.
Curious to understand, because at the same time you also showed something what I understand as kind of a online booking or buying tool. So do you also do distribution online? So this is kind of, I know that other players in Germany do this, no, that then the motor gets delivered.
Yeah, actually, we don't have 25 sales points. We have more than 60 because we closed in January distribution with Hubert, and we opened two new sales points in Portugal. Hubert is the biggest post-sales center in the south of Europe, and we are the only one brand in motorbikes in these centers. Almost 40% of our sales are coming by the B2B2C, that are the sales points, the distributors. Almost 40% of the sales are coming by B2B, and here mostly is delivery and marketing campaigns from companies like Burger King, KFC, Estrella Galicia, Ecoembes, and very popular brands, I think that in Spain and abroad. And a bit more than 20% are coming from online and our own shop in Madrid. We just have one shop from Velca, controlled by us. Between the shop and the web, we sold around 22%.
And so when you mentioned that you're today at 6% market share and you expect to get to 10, no, both Portugal and Spain with the next fundraising round, how exactly do you plan to get there? No.
Yeah, we plan more aggressive strategy with B2B2C. In the last 2 years, we invest a lot in branding and the first segment of the funnel, and now we are going to invest in the last phase of the funnel. So in the distributor, in the sales point. So we have right now very nice conditions for the distributors that in the end are the ones that are gonna sell the product, and we just have to do the same that we do in cities like Madrid and Valencia, that we already have the 10% of the market share. So we have to replicate this in cities like Sevilla, Mallorca, Cádiz, Málaga, Lisbon, and Porto. If we take all these cities together, that represent the 80% of the market of Spain and Portugal. So in the end, the market is in 9 cities, and we have to be super strong in these 9 cities and replicate the same that we do right now in Valencia and Madrid, achieving the 10% of the market share.
Which is then to invest in growing your distributor base in the cities. Is that it?
Yeah, it's not something related with create more sales centers. It's just that the sales centers that we have right now working, they performance better. So we have to take care of them. We have to make more promotions with them. We have to make better follow-up with them, and so they can improve the performance.
Okay, got it. And then one question maybe on competition connected to your expansion plans, no? Because you mentioned you plan to go to France and to Germany, if I remember. I know at least in Germany, I was living there before, and I think we even discussed this. I was living there before, so I know a few of the players in the market. So how do you think Velca positions against those players?
So it's very difficult to positionate a new big brand in other country. So the first step is a virtual expansion, and we are going to tackle 3-4 markets that we have hypotheses that could performance well, and if they performance well in the virtual expansion, so with performance marketing and virtual distribution, so we probably will make a physical expansion. So we are going to test the markets virtually, and the markets that are like hot, we will make the physical expansion. So right now we are testing France, Belgium, and Italy virtually, and we are sending some motorbikes to USA to start with the homologation, because we have one investor there that wants to start to distribute them in USA. Firstly in Miami.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marta.
Thanks, Emilio. Thanks, Marta.
Thanks,
I'll
Tom.
take you off,
Good to
and
see you again, Emilio.
I'll add in Maxime. Maxime, can you start sharing? Yeah, that's it. Brilliant. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Again, I'll disappear off, and I'll be back in 4. Good luck.
Thank you. Hello, Marta. Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to present to you Hotelbreak, Hotelbreak.com, our vacation company. So our plan is to help you turn any day into a vacation. Basically what we've noticed working in the hospitality sector with my co-founder Christian is that a lot of hotels have improved their amenities, adding spa, adding pools, adding rooftops, bars, restaurants, to be able to increase the average daily rate, so the price for a night at the hotel. And all those amenities are heavily underused, but have a really high cost to maintain and to operate, mostly spas. And hotels now tend to externalize those services to lower their cost and rent it. But also, we noticed living in Mallorca and living in Paris before that, a lot of citizens in those cities and all over the world want to live new experiences, spend more time dedicated to themselves at the spa, at a pool with the children, going to a restaurant, to a brunch. And we don't really know that hotels have all those amenities. We think it's something for tourists, that we cannot access it. And it's really hard to, you have to know that it exists in order to really enjoy it. So basically what we do as Hotelbreak is respond to those two problems by creating a platform, a booking platform where locals and tourists alike can discover and book experiences at the best hotel in the city where they are at the moment, be it access to the swimming pool, to the spa, to the restaurant, or packaged experiences to access in those hotels without the need to book a room. So on the hotel side, what we do is that we centralize the offering. On the Hotelbreaker side, sorry. So for the clients, we centralize the offering. We make it really easy to book. So it's just 2 clicks away for you to be enjoying a day at the spa in a nice 4 or 5 star hotel in Madrid, Barcelona, Paris, Rome. And on the other side, what we help them is making those amenities profitable. Helping them to set a price to those experiences, but also to manage it in the same way they do with rooms, setting a price and an availability per day and per experience, being able to adapt it to the hotel occupancy, but also to the moment of the year. So maybe summer is going to be a bit more crowded, so I'm going to reduce the availability and helping them fill up those empty slots during the weekdays with a cheaper price than during the weekends, and all these things. We work through 4 main categories. First is all that is related to spa treatments, indoor pools, massages, treatments. The second part is brunch and breakfasts. So everything really food related at hotels. It goes from the breakfast to the dinner with cocktails, lunch, everything that can be added there. Tea times. Day pass, which is an access to the hotel during the day from around 9 in the morning after the breakfast and just before the dinner. So around 6, and you enjoy the swimming pool, the sunbeds and everything, and you just spend the day there as if it were your vacations, your holidays. And also Bali Beds, which is an upgrade day pass with a reserved larger sunbed for 2 a bit more feeling like a VIP experience now. And basically, the market now has been divided in three parts regarding to those selling hotels in another way. First, there came the booking room per the hour, which is day use by hours in Europe, hotels by day in the US, selling rooms by the hour or slots of hours. And then there are like gift vouchers that exist in Europe. And the last part is we're the only one in Europe doing this, direct confirmation booking for those experiences, with a market size that we evaluate to 30 billion euros worldwide based on our current performance. Just so you know, so we're a travel expert. We worked all our lives in travel and in tourism and companies, and we really know how to get to know the hotel and sell to our clients. And at the moment, we are in these cities with a plan for Europe, being the leader in those kind of experiences where locals and tourists can upgrade their days or holidays by having access to 4- and 5-star hotels to live experiences there. I don't know. So you arrived, Tom. I don't know how am I?
You're out of time, yeah. Okay. But you've got 5 minutes for questions, so don't worry. And I have a feeling that Marta knows this industry quite well, so I'm sure she'll go straight to the point. I'll leave you guys, and I'll be back in 5.
Perfect.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Maxime. Maybe I'll start with the content. How are you getting the available availability rates? Are you connecting directly with the hotels? How many properties do you have already? Just to have an idea, on the inventory that you have, and how do you get it?
So we have 550, a bit more hotels at the moment connected to our platform. And as of now, all this content is not managed in a specific way. It's not like rooms where you have the PMS, CRS, and all those systems that are interconnected channel managers and stuff. There's nothing like that for day passes or Bali beds at the moment. There's nothing like that. There are some players doing things with spa, but it's not really hotel oriented. It's more like day spas, that spa that is not in a hotel. So basically what we do is that we've created this technology that allows the hotel to set the availability and price on our platform. And then it allows them to sell through 3 channels. First is Hotelbreak.com, our marketplace, where all the availability and the products and the prices are set and displayed. Then we offer the hotel the possibility to have what we call a web widget, so to sell on their website and the digital channels, sharing the same prices and availability, but also creating specific experiences just for them. And the last one is what we call a walking booking tool, helping the reception or the restaurant to enter those experiences there. So basically, as there is nothing existing as of today, we've created it. And now we are integrating ourselves with spa calendars and things like that to be able to offer our guests to book the hour and spas to better manage the masseurs times and stuff.
And how's the payment flow? Because you're collecting the money, no? At least if it's in Hotelbreak.
Depends on. So we have 2 models. The first one where we charge what we call like a part of the booking. It's around 20% what we charge, and then the rest is paid directly at the hotel. And other hotels prefer us to charge 100% at the booking, right on the booking time, and then pay them when the experience is enjoyed. So we have those 2 models, but we're always charging something, leaving no room for uncharged no-shows or modifications.
Okay, yeah. And one thing, so you're B2C on the Hotelbreak side, right? So how are you actually doing user acquisition?
So we have, I had a slide for that, but I don't have
no time, no?
Yeah. So basically, what we have two main channels. One is classical ads through Meta and Google, which are the main channels. we have it's really in our luck that our product is really easy to sell and to show and to explain. Spa access is just showing someone in an indoor pool or getting a massage. So it's really easy to sell through those social media platforms. And we are really working closely with influencers and local people through affiliation, through all those models to get known in another way that is not like paid ads. And the second one is through those so B2B2C platform that I was talking about before, the web widget, where the client still books on a Hotelbreak website and through our payment platform, even if it's on the hotel's website, which is their client booking through us, and then that we can remarket, basically.
And now maybe a question that is on competition without being on competition, in the sense that you mentioned that you're kind of the leader in Europe, no? And I want to ask you something, because I've seen a few players in the past, not even recently, that tried to address this market. And so I understand they probably be way behind you in terms of in terms of traction or whatever from what you mentioned. And so the question is, why is that? No, what do you think is the biggest obstacle to actually scale a solution like this, and how do you plan to overcome that obstacle?
First one is that we, as I told before, we were the people we're selling to before. So we were working in a hotel chain, so we really understand what are the problems on the hotel side, the cost problem, revenue management, all those things. We really understand it really deeply. And that has allowed us to sign more than 500 hotels in less than 4 years, I was saying before. On the other side, I think something that is really important for us and that we've working a bit, we understood is that we have to be local. We are local. We have local markets. So we're working on a global, like a model similar to global Uber Eats. No, it's really localized. In Barcelona, we only market to people in Barcelona at that moment. In Mallorca, the same. In Paris, the same, because we're not offering travel. So it's not something that is for everyone all the time. So it's just for the people in the area. And also that something that we realized and that people were not doing before is that it was really centered on the hotel when we center it on the experience. It's just, nobody wants to go to any hotel just for that hotel. It happens with some hotels like the W in Barcelona, some very specific hotels, but it's not scalable. If you want to do it scalable, you have to offer like the day pass in a standardized way, day pass with lunch at around the same price and with a certain type of things that are included. And this is the big shift that we've done, going from the hotel-oriented website to experience-oriented UI, so that users are really selecting experience and not a hotel with amenities and stuff.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot, Maxime.
Thank you very much.
Daniela, it's your turn. If you could start sharing screen, that would be brilliant. And I'll take Maxime off, and then I'll add in Daniela from Hangry Media. Here she is, and just waiting for the screen, which is now here. Okay, brilliant. I'll disappear off, and again, I'll be back in 4 minutes. All yours.
Perfect. Hola, Marta, encantada. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Bueno, I'm Daniela Vergusen. I am the CEO of Hangry Media. So for the past 40 years, brands have been advertising in the out-of-home media space the same way. We're talking bus stops, metro advertising, street furniture, airports, and so forth. And what brands are really struggling now is to find new and creative ways to capture consumers' attention, to truly drive this notoriety and this wow factor in setting themselves apart from the regular pack. The market size of the out-of-home media space in Spain is one of the largest advertising markets in Europe. We're talking 1.8 billion annual revenues per year, and it's been primarily dominated by 4 industries in the market, and we're here to disrupt that. But before I tell you how we're going to disrupt that, I want to talk to you about who we are, who's Hangry. Founded at the end of 2019 by 3 IE alumni, we were the first and only company in Spain that launched mobility sampling on the go. So what does this mean? We were the first company to be able to provide passengers on the way to the next destination samples where they can discover new products, new promotions on their way to the next destination. Through that, we quickly transformed into this 360 marketing experience for brands where they can kind of, drive this know-how in a different way, in a way that has never been done before, through product sampling to headrests, from the smell of the car, the sound of the car wrapping, and window advertising. We work with all the leading brands in the market, and as well as 70% of the fleets nationwide. So how is Hangry going to disrupt this industry even further? We're going to go digital. So we're taking our traditional media circuits and we're going to go from this to this. Digital car top advertising. It is a sexy product that we know is going to modernize the streets of Spain. I can talk for hours about the unlimited features that it has, but one of the key ones I really want to highlight is the geolocation capabilities it has. Imagine being able to see different key messaging from different times of the day, hour, morning, lunch, night, on the way to the airport, on the way to the train station. This gives small and medium-sized enterprises the opportunity to tap into these huge networks that have not been accessible for them in the past. Imagine a store driving on Serrano that just pop-up that just launched. You can have an ad that goes into the geolocation radius once it hits into that atmosphere. It also has holographic capabilities, but one thing at a time. The product I know is going to work. It's amazing because it's already been going on in the United States. Our partners in North America are the leaders in the digital car top advertising, and we are going to be their exclusive arm to launch this product in Spain. So we have all the necessary channels already taken care of. We have 6-year exclusivity contract with the leading hardware provider in North America, 6-year exclusivity contract with 70% of the fleets in Spain, including cars that use all platforms, Uber, Cabify, Bolt. We have a client today that's ready to launch and advertise on this platform, and a portfolio of over 200 brands that are waiting for us to launch this network in the city. So Hangry, since we launched at the end of 2019, has had a solid traction. We continue to grow, and with the launch of digital car top advertising this year, we expect to hit north of 1.5 million by 2024. So what are we asking you? We would like to ask for 400,000 in funding in order to accelerate the process of the launch of the digital car top advertising, the use of funds will go into regulatory contracts, the product, sales and marketing, and operations. And who's going to be the team to take this? It's going to be us. We have the subject matter experts across all fields to make this work, from tech to over 12 plus years of sales and marketing experiences. And we have an amazing operations team that knows the ins and outs of all the fleets in Spain. So thank you very much.
Perfectly timed. All right, then I can disappear off, and I'll leave you guys for another 5 minutes.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Thank
Tom.
you.
Thank you, Daniela. Just to make sure I understood. So you launched in 2019 with more kind of traditional format, and now moving forward, you want to focus on the digital piece, right?
So to give you a little kind of history with how we started, as many startups, we pivot, right? We react and we change. The way we started at the end of 2019 was actually including vending machines in the cars, right? So to buy products on the go. And that quickly transformed into the sampling industry. By working, I created everything from scratch, the CRM, the brands, the agencies. And once I started seeing what the demand was in the market, it truly was, hey, we just want for product launches, short-term, long-term, to be able to really, enhance this versus having the sales in the vehicles, which we realized didn't work in Spain, right? This wasn't the market for that. So we quickly went into the sampling industry, and from there, we kind of took over this media marketing space within the vehicles and outside the vehicles.
And one question on your customer segments, then in business model as well, because I think you didn't touch that. Maybe we can start with the business model, no? How does it work with, on one side, the brands, and then the cars on the other side?
Perfect. So so our business model is broken up into 2 parts. Our revenue stream comes from B2B, right? So I work with all the leading brands, all the leading agencies, right? Where we give them our networks that we offer. And on the other side, we have contracts with the fleets. So they receive revenue, right? For every campaign that we do, a different percent depending on the campaign size. So this for drivers is amazing because it's an extra added revenue stream on top of what they're already doing, right? They don't have to do anything extra, but they get to make more money from what they're doing, which helps the fleets in end with their driver, like the driver retention from constantly having to look for new drivers, because it's one of the biggest problems in the sector as well that they have. So by having and offering, Hangry promotions that we do, we also give them products, tickets, things that we collaborate with brands. It really helps retain them. And on that end, we really kind of get this synchronized feel with the business model.
So you do revenue sharing with the drivers and with the brands. How do they pay? Is per campaign?
Campaign. They pay per campaign. So let's say an average campaign would be from 1 month, and we're talking like everything is very personalized. It's ad hoc. Like if they want to do a car vinyl, like right now we have on the streets a Father's Day campaign with our money. So we're giving product samples in the vehicles, and we have the cars vinyls in the streets, right? And then we're segmenting them in different areas of the city where their target customer is. So those are by campaign. They can be as big, right, as they want, and depends on really kind of the elements, and the sky's the limit, which is what I like to say with them, obviously up to certain parts, but that's kind of what I'm here to bring, right? I don't want the brands to be bored, because a lot of the things they say is, man, we're doing the same stuff over and over because that's all that's available in the market, and they really do want to try new crazy things. So it's always my job as well to find sexy products that are really going to make noise in the market.
And do you see your customer segmentation changing now that you're getting into the digital solution? Where the geolocation and stuff?
Yeah, I think it's going to expand. I mean, right now, like primarily the FMCG and the luxury industry absolutely love this channel, but now I can get into so much more. Like we can tap into local stores, small, medium-sized enterprises, real estate, like you name it, even airlines, right? Like it really just depends on their messaging, how we can customize it. There's going to be dynamic marketing. It really helps tap in. And also we're going to have programmatic in one of the loops. So it's going to also give opportunities for that, right? So once we can personalize it, I think the sky is the limit in that sector, and it's going to amplify the customer base that we can have access to.
And I got it right that it's focused in Spain right now?
Yeah.
And
so
expansion plan?
Yeah. So this car top, we're partnering with partners in North America that have already launched this car top. They already are in Miami, New York, San Francisco, et cetera. So this business model works, and we are going to be their exclusive arm to launch this product in Spain. And once we launch Spain, then take it to France, other markets. But first we want to really test it and see how it's going to go, which we know is going to be a success, but step by step, right? So right now we've already established a 6-year, exclusivity contract with them. Already way ahead in the regulatory process, because as you know, in Spain, it takes time. But we're there. And this has been a side project of Hangry that I've been working on for 2 years. Like this is my baby that, we're really trying to bring to life. And we know it's going to make noise in the industry.
And okay.
Go on. One more.
Yeah.
And then I'll...
No, I was going to say, because in Spain you already have the drivers, the 70%. You have your share on the drivers is 70%. And so how fast do you can get to a similar level in a new country if you get into France or Germany or whatever? Just trying to understand how you launch a new market and how fast.
So launching a new market, the great thing is that we have a lot of fleet partnerships, right, with big fleets here in Spain that have the contacts, right, the necessary contacts to get into the fleet markets as well. When we launched Hangry 3 years ago, I mean, prior to COVID, of course, we wanted to hit France as well right away. So we already have contacts with the fleets there from when we wanted to do the boxes, right? The selling the products. So we always keep in touch. And once we're in there, it's the due diligence process behind that. But I've already kind of covered that aspect for when it is time to launch. It's just conversations and meetings I would go out there to start having.
Got it. Thanks, Daniela.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot, Daniela.
No problem.
And I'll just bring on Fran, which is the last one from Rentiner.
Last one, but not the least.
That's certainly not the least. And I'll be back in 4 minutes.
Okay, thank you. I really feel honored because I saw very nice projects, a lot of talent. Congratulations, especially for the car industry projects like Velca and Cafler. And secondly, Tom Horsey, you are a very nice guy. Thank you for being for the startups, and you make the journey more pleasant. So, the car renting revolution. Our startup is called Rentiner. And as Ricard from Cafler said, what's the problem here? There's a lot of chaos in the car industry in Spain. Consumers want speed, they want transparency, they want good prices to acquire their cars. So we saw there an opportunity. And we wanted to make a single place where you can compare all the car renting offers that are in the market, so anyone can pick the car and contract it. So we design a website which compare the offers. We let you choose the car, and we help you in the contract of the car. This is a screenshot of our website. It's really a very simple model. We are like a marketplace or an aggregator. We do web scraping to pick all the offers. And we do not work with all the renting companies right now. We have agreements with most of them, but we also show some offers, and we let the user to navigate to the website if we cannot not offer the car. So we are a team of 6 people right now, 2 co-founders, Oscar and me. Felix is our advisor. And our goal, as I said, is to get the 100% of the market offers. So everyone will go to our website, to Rentiner.com, to pick a car for renting. Our market position is we want to offer all the offers. We come from a digital background, and we see that banks and car dealers are the less digital partners here. And also the renting companies like LeasePlan or ALD has limited offers. So we know, I'm confident, we have the best option to offer the cars. Why now? The car renting is growing fastly everywhere in Europe, especially in Germany, in Great Britain. It's called leasing there. But in Spain also, times 30 from 2015 to 2020. Our business model is simple. We get a commission when a contract of car renting is signed. That's 80% of our revenue right now. But we also get revenue from advertising and for lead generation. Some car renting companies prefer to receive the leads instead of letting us doing the contract and the documentation for the users. These are our KPIs. Our cost per acquisition for a new customer is 100 euros. Our cost per lead is really low, 150, and we get an average income of 500 per contract signed, which is we multiply times 5 what we spend in marketing. We are growing very fast in SEO. I see the face of Tom here, but I'm confident we're going to be the leaders. No one has our selling proposition. No one has all the offers. So we are going to be there. Tom?
You're muted, Tom. You're muted, Tom.
I'm muted again. Sorry. Thank you, Marta. I was just saying I was going to take the screen off, which I did, and I'll give you 5 minutes for the questions, and then I'll be back.
Thanks, Tom, and thanks, Fran, for the presentation.
Thanks, Marta.
One question, connecting what you mentioned on how you get the content now and the business model. Because I understand that you do not have agreements, with all the providers that you're showing in the platform, and on the other side, so you make money through commission fee, on whenever you deal, you're in charge of the contract, you're taking care of that, or cost per lead. How exactly, what's the share of players with whom you have contracts with, and then I understand you can charge, you can monetize, and the others that you understand you're having to offer, to have an appealing offer to the end user, to the
we have like 80% of agreements of the total partners. We have around 40 companies in our web, and with the majority we have agreements. Yeah.
And we're talking about the Spanish market, no?
Spanish market, yes.
Okay.
We want to expand fast to Southern Europe, to Italy, Portugal, France, and to Latin America.
And so when you say in terms of what you mentioned at the end, in terms of differentiation, that is that no one else has the full, kind of the type of the network or the inventory that you have. So would that be your biggest differentiator in Spain? No?
Yes, that's right. We show who is offering the car. We are transparent, and we say this car is from CaixaBank. There are other brokers that do not say who owns the car and look like more than an e-commerce than a marketplace, because they have limited offers.
And how are the markets that you plan to expand to? Because are there any already quite established players that have kind of the majority of the working with the majority of the providers already? How do you see that?
Yes, well, our strategy is to start a country, to do web scraping, to get all the offers right from the beginning, and then work on the agreements. So we can easily get agreements because most of the companies really have also their business established in Italy, in Portugal. So there we know we have the opportunity.
Yeah, my question was more trying to understand how would be the differentiate. So because if your differentiation is on today in Spain, on type of the inventory that you have, how are the other players in the markets that you plan to expand to? Do you have already a Rentiner kind of? You see what I mean? In Germany or France, that already covers a quite significant amount of the market. And then what would be the USP of Rentiner then, right?
No, I haven't seen any marketplace that has all the offers in Germany or in France. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I have seen more companies similar to my competition here, which has like 5 or 6 car renting companies. They offer that.
And you're saying if they're so open to kind of embrace a new partner, or a new distribution or channel, why are your other competitors in the market today in Spain not going after them as well? And that would kill kind of your differentiator in the Spanish market.
Why are they not copying my strategy of putting all the offers?
Why are not they going after the other providers you're working with?
Yes, they are doing that. They are working with LeasePlan in Portugal, in Italy. So they already started.
So there's a chance that in the mid-short term, the competitors might have a similar offer. You see what I mean in terms of kind of how would you differentiate from them then, right?
Yeah. You have to be fast. We have to establish in the countries. We have to copy our model of publishing all the offer and displaying it easily, so the users can get the offers, and we can go. We can grow in SEO. That's the idea.
If that's your biggest channel today for user acquisition, SEO.
Yes. We also do Google Ads.
But it's a smaller share, the paid marketing of
yes.
the traffic you're getting today. Okay. And so for
okay.
for not sure I still have time or not. For the expansion that you're mentioning,
Yes.
how would you apply the proceeds? No, what do you need to expand into a new market?
The money, we didn't get the money before, so that's the planning was put in standby until we have the money to
how
replicate.
would you apply that money? Is it kind of majority paid marketing, or is it trying to understand what does it mean to launch a new market in terms of resources?
The majority is to replicate technology.
Okay.
Is to replicate the website, create content, working the technology to do the web scraping of the products, not marketing.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
All right, now I'm back. So we've gone over by a few minutes. I wasn't as good at keeping the timing as I should be. I'll just bring on, there's two others just here still connected. So I'll just bring everybody on for if somebody wants to do a screenshot or something. Marta, thank you very much for your time. I hope you found it useful and interesting. Daniela, you have to connect up to me on LinkedIn. You're the only CEO that I have of a participated company.
Had a crazy week. I've been so busy, so I will add you as soon as I get after this. Don't worry.
No worries. And Marta, thank you very much. And we'll hopefully we'll have you back again at some future time. If you need us, I think we connected you up to the founders. If you need any intros, you need to then just fire away, and we'll very happily do so. And guys, thank you very much for your time. I hope you found it interesting, and see you all soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.